What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna set up the Epson ET-2900 completely from scratch, and I'm gonna walk you through every single step so you don't have to figure anything out on your own. Whether this is your first printer or you've set up dozens of them, just follow along and we'll have this thing up and running together. So let's get into it. Now, the very first thing you want to do before touching anything else is remove all the protective materials from the printer. I know it's tempting to just power it on right away, but trust me, take an extra minute here. There'll be tape, foam pieces, and packaging bits in various spots around the unit, so go slowly and make sure every single piece is removed. Missing even one piece of protective material can cause issues later on, and we definitely don't want that. Once all that packaging is off, go ahead and hold the control panel steady with one hand and open the scanner unit with the other. You'll need it open to access the ink tanks inside, so keep it propped up while we work through the next few steps. Now, before you pick up an ink bottle, make sure the color on the bottle matches the color of the ink tank. Then, locate the upper fill line inside the tank. This is the level you'll fill to. Open the ink bottle while keeping it upright, then insert it straight into the correct filling port. The ink will flow automatically, so there's no need to squeeze the bottle. Once the ink reaches the upper line, the flow will stop on its own. Carefully remove the bottle. If there's any ink left, securely tighten the cap and store the bottle upright for future use. Then, close the ink tank cap firmly. Repeat the same process for the remaining ink colors. Once all the tanks are filled and the caps are securely closed, gently close the scanner unit. It'll close in 2 stages, so don't force it, just let it lower naturally until it's fully closed. After that, connect the power cord to the printer and plug it into the wall. Then hold down the power button and keep it held until you see it start to flash. That flashing light means the printer is powering on for the very first time, which is always a nice little moment. Once it's on, the screen will prompt you to select a language. Use the arrow buttons on the control panel to navigate to your preferred language, then press OK to confirm. It's a quick step, but an important one before anything else can happen. Now, once the language is set, it's time for one of the most important parts of the whole setup, connecting the printer to your Wi-Fi network. Getting this right means you'll be able to print wirelessly from your phone, your laptop, or any device in your home. So let's do this carefully. On the control panel, press the Home or Menu button and use the arrow buttons to navigate to the network settings or Wi-Fi setup. Press OK to go in, then select Wi-Fi Setup Wizard and press OK again. The printer will scan for nearby Wi-Fi networks. Once the list appears, select your home network, press OK, and enter your Wi-Fi password using the arrow buttons. After entering the password, confirm it and press OK. The printer will then attempt to connect to your network. After a few seconds, the Wi-Fi indicator light will turn solid, confirming that the printer is successfully connected. Once the Wi-Fi connection is confirmed, you're ready to move into the next phase of setup. At this point, the printer will ask you whether you'd like to complete the setup using your mobile device. If you want to go that route, hold down the power button until it flashes. Then grab your phone or tablet and download the Epson Smart Panel app from your device's app store. Since your printer is already on Wi-Fi, your phone just needs to be connected to the same network, and the app will find the printer automatically. From there, it'll guide you through the rest of the process right on your screen, which is really convenient. Either way, I do want to mention that installing Epson Smart Panel is genuinely worth it, even if you primarily use the printer with a computer. The app lets you monitor ink levels, control the printer remotely, and access a whole range of printing options right from your phone. It's one of those things you'll be glad you set up once you start using it regularly. Now, continuing with the setup, once everything is confirmed, the screen will walk you through starting the ink charging process. This is where the printer prepares itself for its very first print, and it does take a few minutes, so just be patient and let it run through. Don't interrupt the process or turn the printer off during this stage. After the ink charging is complete, the print quality adjustment screen will appear. Follow the on-screen instructions to complete those adjustments, and then when you see the paper loading message come up, that's your cue to load some paper. Go ahead and take a sheet of plain letter size or A4 paper and load it into the center of the paper support with the printable side facing up. After that, follow the on-screen instructions to insert the output tray into place. Then hold down the power button once more and the printer will move into its final stage of preparation. Now that the printer's connected to Wi-Fi, let's connect it to your computer and finish the setup. Once that's done, head over to support.epson.com on your computer or phone, search for the ET-2900, and download and install the latest software for your operating system. This step makes sure your printer has everything it needs to communicate properly with your devices. When the installation is complete, your printer is fully set up, fully connected, and completely ready to go. And finally, if you want to print from your Android phone, just make sure both your phone and your printer are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Then tap the menu icon on your phone and select the print option. It's really that straightforward once everything is connected. That's everything, guys. Your Epson ET-2900 is set up, connected to Wi-Fi, and ready to print from anywhere in your home. I hope this walkthrough made the whole process feel a lot less overwhelming. If it helped you out, go ahead and hit that like button. It really does help the channel. And if you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.